Hey ladies, today is Sunday, June 21st, 2020, 49 weeks. Michaela is, well, this week, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. This is our first Father's Day. Not that I'm her father, but it's our first time celebrating Father's Day, so we will not really do too much. It's still, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, so we are still being extra cautious. Despite many things being open here, not everything is open and it's not to the level that it used to be, but a lot of things are open here in New York and New Jersey areas. Um, you can go to a restaurant, but I think only outdoor seating right now. So there's no indoor seating allowed, and it has to be 6 feet away. I think movie theaters are open now. I'm not sure how they're working that out. I don't know if it's like 6 feet, distance as far as seating. And I know that hair salons and barbershops and I think maybe even nail salons are back. So it's pretty much, I mean, it's not going to be the same, but it's a lot of things are open. Um, but everything that's open still has the added precaution of, wearing masks and social distancing at least 6 feet. So, but we're not going to do any of those things because, yeah, I just don't trust it. I can't. I mean, more power to anyone who's out there doing it. But so many of the states that weren't, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, all those states are really hard hit in the beginning. And like so many states that weren't as hard hit and open things a lot earlier are like having these crazy increase in numbers, and I feel bad for them because we went through that and we definitely don't want to go through it again. It's ridiculously scary, or at least it was here. It was a day I know in New York where it was like over 800 people died in one day. So yeah, that's just crazy. So New York is heavily populated, so I don't think many states would have those numbers, but it's just, when you look at that, like it was really bad here. It was really bad. So we're still taking precautions. So I don't know how long we'll be doing that. So for Father's Day, we're just going to do an in-house celebration like we've done for most things. And what I plan to do for Michaela's birthday and a couple of weeks, pretty much the same. We'll just be celebrating indoors or in our backyard, but we won't be like inviting people over, despite the fact that it's her first birthday, and I know it's tempting. Um, I'm just not ready. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. I'm just not ready. Now my job is in New York City, and it is starting. And when I say New York City, I mean Manhattan. It is starting to open back up. Now, not the Manhattan part. We have lots of offices, but I work in the Manhattan office, and they're going to open up in early July in some of the upstate areas. So upstate New York was never hit as hard because it's not as densely populated as downstate New York, which is where New York City is. So they were still hit, but they weren't hit as hard. So a lot of the devastation was really in New York City because it's so densely populated, and surrounding areas that are very densely populated. So what we're what my job is going to do is that they want to do every other week at home. So you would come in the office one week and the next week you'd be at home. So like an alternating week, because I think no buildings right now in New York can have more than 50% capacity at any time. So you can't have more than 50% or occupancy capacity, however you want to put it. So they'll have half the people at home and then half the people in the office the next week. And nobody's going to be in the office on Fridays. So every Friday, everyone works from home. So you really only work Monday through Thursday in the office every other week. So at most it's 8 days a month in the office. But I I still don't plan to do that. I know it's not a lot in the office. I don't know how people will deal with childcare. I haven't even thought about that, quite frankly. Like, I had a nanny before. Um, Assuming she's still available, we would bring her back, I guess, if I was going in the office. But would I use her all the time or just on the days I'm at work? Right now I'm making it work while I'm working, working from home, and we're taking care of Michaela. My husband's also working from home. But I'm like, how would that work if I brought the nanny back? Do I just bring her back for 8 days a month? Um, or do I try to bring her back full time and just have her here while I'm working, which, could be helpful for working, but um, increases our exposure because we have someone coming in every day who we don't know where she's going, but I don't know. Listen, I haven't figured that out. Um, Excuse me, clear my throat. But I don't plan to go back right away because I suffer from asthma, and as you guys know, since being pregnant and definitely since giving birth, I now have hypertension, and I'm also breastfeeding. So the CDC recommends that women who are breastfeeding take extra precautions. So that's one thing right there. And people with asthma and also those that suffer from hypertension are at increased risk of suffering from serious complications if they were infected with COVID-19 virus or whatever. And so I plan to get an accommodation for my job and just stay at home, continually working from home, which has been working out. So, I'm not saying it's always easy, but it's been working out. So that's what I plan to continue to do. And hopefully that'll all work out well. Like I said, my husband, he's still working from home, and no word on what his job is doing yet. So we haven't focused on it because they haven't announced anything. Maybe they'll let people continue to work from home. I don't know why businesses here feel that they have to get people back in the office if they have the ability to work from home and they've been working from home successfully. I really don't understand it. I know not everyone has that ability, but for those that do, I'm not really sure why businesses feel they need to get people back in offices. Maybe it's because they're paying rent. So a lot of places are paying rent, and no one's there and they've still been paying rent. So maybe that's why. I don't really know. But if working from home has been working successfully, I feel like they should just allow that. I really wish that my job would just allow that and not try to do the 8 days a month or force that on people. And the reason I say that is because you still have to commute in New York City. We don't drive to work. If you drove to work, the prices would be, ridiculous. And I can only imagine what they are now. They may have increased them. I don't know. But if you're, you think about that and you're trying to get on these trains that are becoming increasingly crowded, and what they're doing is giving out masks on the trains if you don't have one, but there's no way to social distance. So you are literally, if these trains become crowded again, which they're already starting to become crowded for the things that are already open, you're literally, for people who've never been in New York and never seen what a New York City subway can look like at times, like it's times where people are pushed up against the door. Like they pack these trains, especially during any sort of rush hour. These trains are packed. Like that's just what it is. Like you'll have people push on and push you into other people. And when I was pregnant and I was riding these trains, I had gotten into arguments. Well, I've gotten into arguments with people before I was pregnant about people just literally just shoving you. Like people are crazy. They will shove you. And when I was pregnant, I was just like, yelling at people. But people will literally shove you into other people. They'll shove you to get on. They don't care. It's crazy. So the idea of getting back on these trains and just because you have a mask, I hear them, but a mask, a little thin piece of something over your face, over your nose and mouth. Yeah, everyone is like right in your face, There's like no space. Like, sometimes it's like that. On a crowded train, you are literally having to like turn your face so you're not staring. It's crazy. And I'm not exaggerating. And I don't know if trains will get to that point again, but I can't see how they won't. Every other week cuts down on some commuting, but the things that they opened up have already made the trains a lot more crowded than they used to be. So even doing that 4 days or 8 days a month could be. Listen, you only need to encounter the virus. You don't need to encounter it 5 times to get it. You encounter it once and get it. So they're just trying to reduce their capacity in their building, which I guess limits how much you have to commute, which reduces your chances of encountering it, but by 50%, I guess, or a little less than 50% because you're doing Fridays at home. Anyway, with that said, so that's just an update on everything that's going on here. Not much in ways. What is Michaela doing new? Not much. I mean, she's still, she babbles a lot. She makes up a lot of words. The only word that she really says consistently is baby. She says ma and she says me, but she does not put together mommy. I'm looking for mommy, not mama. I have been working on mommy. So she'll do mama, mama, and me. But she does not do mommy. So we'll see. We'll see. So that's really where we are. Again, happy Father's Day to everyone. And I will update you soon, let you know how things are going. And to all the people in the states that are, have the higher COVID numbers now, please be safe. Please. I know a lot of the governments aren't taking it seriously, especially like in places like Florida where they're telling people it's okay to go be business as usual, go to restaurants, party, go. It's not. Please. It's not. Just, if you can't stay at home, and I mean for recreational purposes. If you have to go out to work, I understand that, but recreational purposes, come on, guys. Like, you guys have big backyards and properties out there. A lot of y'all have something. Like, sit in your yard, sit on your deck if you have it. I don't know, open a window. But you can't be on top of each other. It's just, I don't know. All right, so that's my public service announcement, and I will talk to you guys soon.